Got a bit of a treat for you today. We're at Blea Tarn, and over there is Side Pike. Overlooks Blea Tarn. It's a lovely short walk, about a mile and a half from here. It's about 500 feet of climbing. Not too bad. There's a little bit of rock scrambling, but it's perfectly good. And the views from the top are absolutely superb. You really enjoy it.
Right, well now I've given it the big build-up, I'd better get down to the technical details. Blea Tarn is 651 feet above sea level, which is as close to 200 metres as makes no difference. Side Pike is 1,187 feet high, or 362 metres, so we're actually climbing, just hang on a minute while I work it out. That's 1 minus 7 carry 2, then add the first number backwards, which is 536 feet. And since the first mile or so is pretty much level anyway, that means that most of that 536 feet comes in the last quarter of a mile. So it's 536, which times 12 then divided by 39. That makes about 165 metres on a good day. You see, mathematical genius, who'd have thought it?
Actually, as you can see behind me, there's a climb to get to the top of the fell. This fell's ideal for the novice. If you're not used to climbing the fells of the Lake District, then this short, relatively steep climb, it's not too bad. It's a bit rocky, but there's no great dangers there for anybody. But it's quite good fun. And the views at the top are well worth the effort. I'll see you up there.
This short climb is characterised by two things. First, there are short stretches of easy, fairly level walking, followed by these rock scrambles. They tend to be short. There's 4 or 5 of them. They're great fun. Even if, like me, you're no spring chicken. And second, and best of all, there's some absolutely stunning views all the way up. In next door to no time, we're at the top. Note that there's no cairn or trig point at the top. Nature actually provides its own, which is why it's called Side Pike. Looking southeast, that's Lingmore, so called because it's clad in heather. Ling, that's spelt with a Y, not an I, is the Old Norse word for heather. Look to the northeast and there's Blea Rig on the other side of Great Langdale. New Donjongill Hotel down there. About a mile up the valley from the new Donjongill is the old Donjongill. Now, a lot of people think that that is Donjongill. You can just see the waterfall there and sort of a dark ravine, but in actual fact it's not. It's actually Sticklegill. It drains Stickle Tarn, which is in the shadow of Blea. There's Donjongill, centre of your picture now. He starts under Thorn Crag and runs down the fell. It's quite deep actually, you can't actually see the waterfall from up here. Now that shows the unpredictability of the Lake District weather. It's a glorious day with blue sky and sunshine, and yet there's a cap of cloud on Crinkle Crags. That's just over 2,800 feet up, and cloud is spoiling the view for those who have probably spent the last 3 hours climbing it in glorious sunshine. It's exactly the same story on the summit of Bothell. No such problems here, though. Those are the Langdale Pikes, and there is no better view of them than this one. More than ample reward for such a short climb.